Hello and welcome. In this video I'll be taking a look at what has not long appeared on the scene, the Pucara, free Pucara mod, which is in the works by a guy named Pastrana, and I've got to say he's done a fantastic job so far. There's a lot of potential in it, but I just want to take you back to my first experiences with the Pucara. Now, living in Cambridge and living right next to the Imperial War Museum at Duxford, I've been there more times than I care to remember, to be honest. But back in the 90s, when my love for aviation really kicked off because of my uncle, he took me to my real first walk around at Duxford, and I was welcomed by this strange mechanical beast. Now obviously it's not complete, but for some reason I always thought that the aircraft was never fully complete, even when I saw one that had everything fixed to it. This, for some reason, I had some weird fascination for that. Obviously it's got rocket pods, obviously going to have any rockets in it, no props, missing the nose cone, no ejector seats, really sorry state, but there's just something about it that I don't know. It's the same with the A10. It's an ugly beast, but my god is it beautiful. And obviously I've paid a few visits to different museums around the country, and if you've been to Cosford you would have been greeted by this one. This one is complete, but for some reason I always thought the engines, there was more to it. They didn't really seem big enough. These turbo mechas, they just didn't seem like they could power it properly. And then looking into the history, obviously we had the Falklands War in '82. We captured a load of these, 11, I believe 11 in total. 4 of them that were flyable, and 6 were brought back to the UK. One was sold to a private owner out in Asheville, Carolina, and the rest are still in this country. Obviously A549 that I just showed you at Imperial War Museum Duxford, and then we have A515 Royal Air Force Cosford, and then we have A533, which was given the serial Royal Air Force serial ZD486, and that's at the Boscombe Down Aviation Collection, just the cockpit section. Norfolk and Suffolk Aviation Museum have one on loan from Middle Wallop, A528. Northeast Aircraft Museum has one on loan from Fleet Air Arm, A522. But 3 of these were given Royal Air Force serials. Duxford's ones being ZD487. Like I said previously, Boscombe Down had ZD486, and the one at Cosford was ZD485. Now, I scoured the internet and I found some information on this. So 485, which resides at Cosford, was actually evaluated by the A and AEE at Boscombe Down. It was flown, obviously given an evaluation, and used as used in various different tests, and given RAF roundels, but love that camouflage. But yeah, so I mean, there's quite a fair few of them around. If you live local to any of them, I really do suggest giving them a look, because they are strange. They are very strange beasts, but obviously get the job done. As they're still in service now, being upgraded. Just a quick addendum to the review video. I hadn't realised, but 4 hours ago, after making this video, version 0.0.4b was released. This was a quick hotfix. It fixed the rudder animation, direction, propeller animation, included a new gun sight reticule, and added 3 extra liveries. And there will be a new update coming soon. So, I mean, obviously you've got your defaults, but there are, I'm guessing this one must have had a remake, as we now have a desert camoed Pucara. We have a clean version of what looks like default, just with Fuerza Era Argentina on the side, and then Third Brigada again. But yeah, that nice addition to that version of the camo. Just wanted a bit of a toned down version to be like the Duxford one, like I said, but hopefully that's coming. We'll take a quick look at the gun sight. Okay, so we're in the updated version. As you can see, the prop animation is very nice. Unfortunately, what you'll see next in the actual video is version 0.0.3, so some of these extras haven't been implemented. As you can see, I'm in the desert coloured Pucara. The prop animation looks very nice, and we're going to take a look at the gun sight. So flick that to C, and there we have it. Apparently this is an accurate real Pucara gun sight reticule. So what you'll see in the actual video is not accurate. So and like I say, I'll include this version in the description, so ignore anything I say beyond this. I will not or won't be including a link to the previous version, because why would you? So anyway, yeah, looks good, very nicely done. I mean, yeah, I'm very excited for the future of this module. Anyway, on to me. So before we get into the main sim, we'll take a look at the mission editor, look at the configuration. So here's one I prepared earlier, on the 100% all up weight. You have to be very clever with the armament that you take, because a lot of this stuff will take you over the all up weight, and that will cause issues with getting off the ground and whatever. So starting with internals, we've got 4 Browning machine guns, two either side of the fuselage, and then down here we have the 2 Hispano auto cannons, and these are removable. So they're called Pucara 20s for some reason, but you can add and remove obviously from there. The outer pylons have a total maximum weight on each of 1,100 pounds, so there's not too much that you can really take. You've got the Snake Eye Mark 82s, Mark 82 low drag, Mark 81 low drag, and then you've got the Brew 42, which you can carry 3 Mark 81s or 82s in low drag guys. Then you can take 3 Mark 82 Snake Eyes, 2 Mark 82 Snake Eyes, or just a 1 Mark 81 Mark 82. And with the rockets, you've got a choice of Zuni, which are way too heavy to take, even with just a single pod it's too much. And then you've got the Hydra rockets, and then on the centre pylon has a maximum weight of 2,200 pounds. You take 3 Mark 82 Snake Eyes. If I click that, I'm over the all up weight, so that means dropping the fuel, and you've virtually got nothing, 29%. So you've got to mix and match your fuel state with your what you decide to take with you. Obviously this aircraft's capable of a lot more, obviously early stages of development, so I mean, can't really complain about it too much. But you can carry a Mark 83 1,000 pounder on the centre line, Mark 82 Snake Eyes, Mark 82 low drag, Mark 81 low drag, then you've got a MER 6 with 682s in low drag configuration, Brew 42 carrying 3 Mark 82s in low drag, and then a Brew 42 taking 81s in low drag. So there's quite a lot to choose from. Obviously you're going to have to change that. Or you can have the Pucara fuel tank also. So you've got bombs, rockets for the outer pylon, centre pylon is fuel tanks or bombs. So yeah, that's it for the configuration page. We'll now jump into it. Oh, just quickly, it does come with 2 liveries. That, if you can class it as a livery, as default, and 3rd Brigada, which is a lot better. Hopefully somebody will come up with that strange camo that's on the Duxford Pucara, as I quite like that. So anyway, let's get into the sim. Here we are at the ramp at Novorossiysk, and as you can see, it really does look the part, very nicely modelled. Unfortunately it's only a standard flight model at the moment, so there is hope that somebody can take it and take it to the next level and turn it into an external flight model, which would be an absolute game changer for this. So yeah, I mean it just looks great, but here comes the best part. When you jump in, although it does look like something you would find in Strike Fighters 2 if you've ever had the pleasure of flying that game, it's a semi high fidelity cockpit. There are some clickable items and switches inside the cockpit, and looks very promising. So I'll get this thing fired up and then we'll taxi out. Okay, so she's alive. We've got both engines running. Everything's on that should be on. Go on the outside view. You've got a taxi light going there. Not very bright, but it's there. Basically ready to roll. So onwards and upwards. So I'm going to taxi out to the left there. Bring the RPMs up. As you can see, it's not going to be anything amazing. You probably won't be able to tip the aircraft over. It'd be like riding on rails because it's a simple flight model. So there we go. I don't know why I'm looking, because it's just me flying. I suppose old habits die hard. Right, so we'll just get lined up. There we go. Alright, so I'll flick on the landing lights from north to sea. Doesn't really make much of a difference. I don't even know if there are actually any landing lights on here. So the flaps, I think it's either down or up. There's no in between these. It's just the up and down. Okay, controls all good to go. Right, so brake on, throttle all the way up. It may take a little while to get off the ground because of 100% all up weight. A little bit of torque steer, nothing major. Okay, so we're off the ground. Gear up. Trim up. And we're good. Okay, so I'm going to make my way to a little area where I've set up some targets and we're going to have a go bombing. So I'm going to jump cut to there. Okay, so I've got some targets below me. You see the 5 there just to the left of the 6 there to the left of the smoke. I'm going on rockets on that. I'm already chosen my pylons and master arm being there, chosen the pylons here, chose COH, which is for rockets, and basically press the pickle button to launch these. So let's get round and see if I can hit anything. Okay, so put in the dive now. Okay, so at least I hit the target. And being shot at, brilliant. Okay. Next are my snake eyes, Mark A2 snake eyes. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so I've got my Mark 82 snake eyes selected. Unfortunately, I've got no way of aiming these bombs, so it's going to be a matter of just dropping and hoping. So uh-oh, been shot at. Okay, so dodge some fire. Okay. And I've probably hit nothing. Brilliant. So there you go. That's my awesome bombing skills showing off there. And then we can also use the cannon. So if we right click there, we're on cannon. Swing around again and take a shot with those. Okay, so that's cannons. If we go all the way around, we can fire the onboard machine guns, Browning machine guns. So let's give those a go. Yeah, pretty cool. Right, so I've jettisoned the canisters for the rockets, fired all of my ammunition on my cannons and my guns, so I'm as light as I can possibly be, and I'm just going to do some basic agility tests. So we're travelling at a fair old lick, in Pucara standards anyway, so yeah, the roll rate's not going to set the world alight. Okay, it's not too bad in the vertical, but to be honest, you're not going to be spending most of it, well, any of your time really up in the air doing aerobatics, because this thing does its job best in the weeds. It's very stable. Apart from the obvious, don't have any charts, so that we can't change parameters on the gun sight. So dropping bombs and firing rockets and things like that are not going to be as accurate as they could be. But again, this is just an early iteration of this mod, and hopefully it will progress further, because I absolutely love the Pucara, and it's a lot of fun. Anyway, let's bring us in for a landing. Let's throttle down. There are air brakes on this, but they're not modelled, and also they don't seem to actually do anything as of yet, but they are in the control selection. So bring the gear down, flaps down, we start bringing it in, and landing speed won't be anything much higher than 100 knots, so keep it at 100 and see how we get on. I'll leave a link for the download in the description. Like I say, I thoroughly recommend it, and I hope it continues in development, and I hope they find somebody who can help out with the external flight model, because it's going to be brilliant. Okay, so 100 knots is, well, I'm just doing over 100 knots, slightly too quick. And we're down. No way of slowing down apart from the brakes. Well, I'm really going to need them. Roll to the end of the runway. It's all good. Anyway, that's the Pucara for DCS. Like I say, I thoroughly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Check it out.